Jesse Williams, and I'm making this video as I'm preparing to head out for the day. I'm hiking in California. I'm saving for a mobile home. I'm a target victim and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. And I am aware that I have many videos online. And in most of those videos, I begin my videos by stating that I am a target of this crime because of the simple fact that some viewers might be just looking at my videos for the first time. So any additional statements that I make in my videos, they got to be able to understand that in reference to the description of these crimes, they got to be able to understand what these descriptions are pertaining to. I'm making this particular video for my true, bona fide, real fellow targeted individuals. Now, you would not believe what I know. And a lot of what I know, I haven't even been able to expose yet because I'm still synthesizing the information that I have found. But I want to ask you a question, fellow targeted individuals, and you don't have to comment if you're not comfortable with doing so. And if you are comfortable with doing so, I strongly suggest you use a code, develop a code. Use the alphabet, use a book that you can always go back and, you know, my father taught me this, and he was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. You can take a book that'll never be taken off any library shelf. In other words, once it's published, you can more than likely, not unless it's blacklisted or censored by the government, you can take any book that is a book that will always be available in space and time in reference to its purchase or possibly finding it in a library or a bookstore. And you can go and you can look up specific words on each page and take one word out of one page, okay, and then take a word out of a second page or a third page or a fourth page, okay, and in order to make up a complete sentence or a name, okay, and then cross-reference it to the page number, but never describe what book you're getting it from. And use it as a code word for the identification of your name, yes, or maybe possibly a place or a perpetrator's name, and keep it isolated in space and time so only you know, okay? Now, my father taught me this, and he was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. I have retired NASA in my family, retired high-ranking Air Force, and my ex-husband was a submarine radar antenna electrician. Submarine radar antennas are directly connected to, in part, what is expediting and perpetrating and transmitting the microwave hearing effect that targeted individuals can experience. If you're hearing voices, whether it be voices that seem like they're coming from your environment, or if you're hearing voices in your head, that is V2K. You can go to YouTube and type in John Hall Satellite Terrorism. So if you're hearing voices in your surrounding environment or possibly in your head, there's a high probability, and you're being gang stalked, or subject to organized stalking. Organized stalking and gang stalking is the same crime. It's just got two different names. You can research what's happening to you on the internet so you can deconstruct how it's happening, so you can demystify how your perceptions are being altered as a result of what you're experiencing, because these individuals work on deceit. Their entire expedition is worked on covertly managed deceptual, where the whole entire psychological warfare of what you're experiencing is based on deception. Yes. So, if you're being harassed by people around you using certain physical gestures, if they're trying to sensitize you to specific sounds or words or phrases, just ignore it. Just ignore it, because they're trying to neurally entrain neural and psychological and emotional responses to it. Yes. So try and ignore it as much as often as you can. Say a prayer as it's happening to you. Look at anything that just hold up your hand. Take a look at your hand as they're saying it. Okay, or focus at something that you can see until you stop hearing it. If I was a target of these crimes and I was hearing the microwave hearing effect, and they were harassing me like they're harassing individuals that are on the Brain Invaders show with Jesse Ventura, which can be YouTubed, I would say something like, what? Because what is a word that it stops your neural response to what you might possibly be hearing. Because what is actually a question. What? Okay? So it should stop your continued neural response to the harassment. Okay? Anyways, I'm in San Diego, California, and I'm a target of these crimes as well. And us true bona fide targeted individuals know, at least through educated knowledge that we get from the internet and from books, that at least 92% of all targets are made homeless. Through cleverly, covertly managed schemes, we all know that they try to discredit us by calling us crazy, a threat to ourselves or others, or some type of social deviant. Okay? What you got to understand here is that try and look at it this way if you can. You know how, like, if you were to sit back and you were watching a painter paint a picture of him painting, okay, you might think to yourself, how in the heck could that apply to anything that has to do with gang stalking? Well, I'm about ready to tell you, and then I'm going to close this video up because I got to start my day. First of all, I want to tell you I love you. I sincerely do, and if you were in my presence right now, I'd give you the biggest hug that you ever felt in your life. Never, ever, ever, ever let these people who are targeting you with harassment ever make you think that you're less of a person than you are. Ever. And never stop being you. And watch how you get provoked by these people, because they're doing it to provoke you. Now, getting back to the illustration of a person painting a picture of a person painting a picture, is because the person who's painting the picture can be represented as the ego. And the person who's painting the picture of the person who's painting a picture of the person who's painting the... See, you got a person painting a picture, and then you got a person painting a picture of a person painting a picture. The person who's actually painting the picture can be represented as your ego. Your ego is how you deliberate this world in reference to your experiences, your perceptions, your sensory input, and so on and so forth. The superego watches everything that the ego is watching. Okay? So if you're being harassed, say you're here and you're being harassed by people around you, whether they're right next to you or from a distance, or you're hearing the harassment around you or right next to you, try to use your superego and see it for what it is. That these are just people who are deliberately doing these things to provoke an emotional and neural response or a physical response. And look at what they're doing. How stupid it is, how silly it is, how ridiculous it is, and the fact that they're doing it on purpose. See it for what it is, that they're just duped, more than likely skanked out lowlifes who are trying to get a rise out of you. But look at the actual physical actions of what they're doing. That's how I make fun of them in my mind when I have to. I just sit back and I look at them, I'll think to myself, don't these people, I mean, how stupid can you be to be doing something like this? To be literally sitting around you and crafting harassment for you to hear, that's designed for you to hear. How stupid can you be to literally spend and waste moments of their day to do this just so you hear it? Look at it for what it is. I mean, it's stupid. It's literally dumb. Okay? And that these people are so stupid to waste their time to try and literally go out of their way to make sure they meet a specific place that you're at in order to do this. They're people, is what I'm trying to say. They're no different than you physically. They're people. And as far as how they're crafting the harassment and the sounds they hear, because if you like have a mental response concerning what they're doing, or if you're even seeing the factual reality of what they're doing and how ridiculous it is, they'll try and even interrupt, because the manager of these expeditions knows that you're observing this, because they're staging these people around you for you to observe it. So they already know you're having a mental and emotional response to it. Okay? So they're also guessing that you might just be seeing it for what it really is, nothing but bull. Okay? So after they do a certain aspect of the harassment, they'll wait a few seconds and then do something else to distract you from your thinking concerning your response to the first harassment. Just look at it for what it is, that it's nothing but human beings that have been designed and put around you to do this around you concerning you. And look at it and just look at it, that these people are stupid, they're crazy, even though they're the ones who are calling you crazy. Yeah, because they get around targets and call targets crazy, weird. With me, they're getting around me and constantly repeating gang stalking and oh my god, or gang stalker and oh my god, or gang stalk, oh my god. Weird, crazy, in other words. I already know that gang stalking is nothing but organized community-based harassment. There's no such thing as gang stalking. Gang stalking is nothing but a deliberately coined phrase in order to make you feel afraid that you're being stalked by a gang of people. Even though they can gang up on you, but it's not stalking by street gangs. But also don't don't be fooled that they can also use gang members though. But this whole crime is literally being perpetrated toward you for you to experience by organized syndicated crime members in the system. Okay? Think about it this way. Who's got the ability to be able to influence a gang member, okay, or a rough-looking person to harass you? A parole officer, because he's being the parole officer of somebody who got in trouble. He's intimidating, bribing, colluding with the person who's gotten in trouble as a result of that person being the parole officer of the person who's gotten in trouble. He says, you either do this for me, the parole officer saying this to the gang member, you either do this for me, or we're going to be tougher on you, or you'll face bigger fines or possibly jail. He tells them to go along your path one day, to put his hands to his face as he's walking by you, or to him to act threatening or gangish as he's doing it, because the whole goal, it's based on deception. The whole goal is to use specific types of people to make you feel threatened and frightened because of the kind of people they're representing themselves to be. Gangish looking. It's a deception game. Okay? Probation officers, parole officers, police officers who arrest gang members every day. Yes. Do you see what I'm saying? My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and I make these videos in order to be able to deconstruct the factual realities of how these expeditions are brought about around you, concerning you, about you. Yes. Now, don't get provoked. No matter what they do, do not get provoked. Your first goal is to keep yourself safe from arrest, safe from petitioning into county mental health, or an institution, or an area hospital. That is your first goal. So even though you're being harassed totally unjustly, and even though you are being mentally provoked, physically even provoked at times, this is why they're doing what they're doing. Yes. The prison industrial complex can also be a big part of these crimes, because they're treating people like straw people. Every person that gets put in prison or jail, that privately owned detention center or jail applies for federal funds per inmate. Yes. And when those federal funds come in, they kick back a portion of those funds to the participating police officer who set you up to be arrested. Yes. The little skanked out freaks they use for the street theater to bring about the arrest. Yes. The probation officer, the parole officer. You would not believe what I know. Go to Google and type in a Pennsylvania judge sentenced 28 years for pipelining first-time misdemeanor children to the full maximum sentence, because the detention center he was placing those children in got federal funds per child, and when they came in, they kicked back, the detention center kicked back a portion of those funds to the judge, and he got caught and got 28 years. Okay? They can also be trying to set you up in order to take syndicated probate control of you in order to put you in a syndicated run group home, so they can apply for federal and state funds in your name, including continuing the expedition of you, towards you, while you're in these homes, blaming you for the incidences in these homes, telling you got to go in the hospital to get on medication because you're out of control, so the insurance they applied for in your name can be built. And so you can be put on psychotropic drugs. So when they release you back into the home, when they want to create another incident towards you, either in the same week, 2 weeks down the road, or a month down the road, they can do the same thing again, and you're more easily provoked because you're on psychotropic medications that are compromising your cognitive abilities to stay calm. Yes, because some of these psychotropic medications have side effects of anxiety. They interrupt your executive functioning to where you can't think straight, and this is why the doctors are deliberately putting you on them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So stay safe is your main objective. If you can afford to, buy a video camera and buy a digital tape recorder and have it running on you at all times like I do. Okay? And when you use the video camera, use it discreetly, casually, holding in your hand just like you're holding it, just because you're holding it. And if anybody wants to accuse you of taking a picture of them, just don't say nothing. Okay? Videotape all their responses to it, because all you have to do is say, look, I had my video camera in my hands, and besides, anyways, it's not against the law to take videos out in public, because they have no reasonable right for privacy in a public environment. That's right. And if any police officers are harassing you, try not to tell them you're a victim of gang stalking, because they want to bait you to open up about it so they can call you crazy concerning it. But do get their name. Look on their lapel that's got their name on it, and write it down once you leave their presence. Do not get provoked, because they will want to provoke you. including at public libraries, restaurants, movie theaters, any place, universities, college campuses. Let's see how soon and how I am banned from UCSD. Yes, or any public library in San Diego. Today's date is June 28, 2013, and I am in San Diego, California. So I make these videos in order to be able to help you deconstruct what's happening to you, okay? Never agree with anything that an organized stalking, gang stalking person has tried to solicit you to do something. If you suspect they have infiltrated your circle of friends, you can see it 6/28/2013. If they've infiltrated your circle of friends, stay away from them, because they will attempt to brain entrain you to get you to run from A to B to C to D. And once that brain entrainment takes place, can they use remote neural monitoring to stimulate the neural pathway that holds those thoughts and motor cortex associated behaviors of you cooperating with what they were soliciting to get you to go to A to B, C to D. Yes. Go to YouTube and type in Timothy W. bioethics issues. They can influence a person through cleverly covert suggestions, casual suggestions to go to A to B to C to D, even into a hospital. And once you think about it, because they'll lie to you and say, you can get help if you go to this place, you can get help if you go to that place. And you go there, when you're thinking about it, and then you going there is a neural pathway. That neural pathway can be identified and marked using remote neural monitoring, and the thinking that is in that neural pathway can be stimulated back up into current consciousness in real time to get you to rethink it and react upon it again. For insurance fraud, especially if they're directing you to go to a hospital. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Go to Google and type in gang stalking tech. Everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of organized stalking, gang stalking crews. This is part of the racketeering of these expeditions, and there's also human trafficking attached to these expeditions as well. Anything from work slavery to and/or sexual slavery, and brain entrainment for both. So you do what I tell you to do, and you research what I have mentioned in this video, because I make these videos for my fellow bona fide real targets that are out there. And if you're a single parent experiencing this crime, watch your back, because they're after you and they're after your child. Syndicated foster homes, syndicated group homes. You watch your back, okay? Carefully, don't let them provoke you. Ignore them as much as possible. Go about your day. And try your best to wait this out as long as you can until some laws can be passed or some more national and local coverage can be covered on the news, and laws can be passed, because this stuff is starting to get some national attention, and it will be a matter of time before these crimes can no longer be openly perpetrated like they are being on such an escalated scale right now. Their time's running out, and they know it. Okay, I'm in San Diego, and my name is Leslie Williams. I love you. Okay. Your main goal is to stay safe, to stay out of the hands of handcuffs, jails, and institutions and psychiatric floors. Okay? Don't get provoked. Remember that, because you know what they count on? It's called preconditioned rage, where they anchor rage in your mind based on the harassment, and then just try to excite it every day by harassing you in the same way every day, everywhere you go, every day. So just stay safe. Sit back and take a moment, breathe by yourself in an environment that you can control. Go for a walk. Go to a place and go for a walk to where, I mean, they'd have to totally go out of the way just to walk by you to gaslight you. Okay, like right now I'm taking a deep breath before I start my day. That's right, because you gotta have those relaxing moments in order to be able to sit back, regroup your energy, you know, and just keep things in perspective. Okay, I've got to go. Listen, there's a couple YouTube channels I'm going to direct you to so you can look at them extensively in order to help you additionally deconstruct what's happening to you. Go to Google. I'm pointing you to Google because when you go to Google, you'll automatically see where these YouTube accounts are. Go to Google, and at the search box type in Fans Filtration YouTube channel, and once you hit enter, you'll see Fans Filtration YouTube channel pop up. And then that's when you click on it, okay? The second one is go to Google, at the search box, type in Activism of Care YouTube channel, that's one word, Activism of Care, one word, YouTube channel, gang stalking. Look at all of their videos, every single last one of them, I got poison ivy. I ran into a poison oak branch about 3 months ago, and my face is still recovering from it. Anyways, go to Google and type in Activism of Care YouTube channel. Hit enter, and then once the web pages come up, you'll see Activism of Care's YouTube channel. Type in gang stalking as well, okay? Because I think they got some other videos on their YouTube channel besides gang stalking. I'm not sure though, but he's got some excellent videos concerning gang stalking. Fans Filtration YouTube channel and Activism of Care. Do it. I'm here to help you because I care about what's happening to you. It's happening to me. Be very, 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 very careful about who you trust online, including organizations who are soliciting that they're advocating for gang stalking targets, because governments do have front groups. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. At the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself. You are the first most important thing in this. You are more important than the exposure of this crime or the perpetrators who are doing it to you. Staying safe is the first thing, exposing them is the second. So you got to develop strategies in order to expose them while still staying safe. It's like a boxer in a ring. He throws a punch, he steps 2 steps back. Okay? Yes. So develop strategies to stay safe while exposing these crimes, and try and do as much as exposing as anonymously as possible, because they will try and use what you say and video blog about against you. They're going to try it with me eventually as well. Okay? But I risk a little bit more because I got the money to buy a video camera and batteries and digital tape recorders, which gives me more opportunity to catch the evidence. Okay? And because of my love for you and my hate for them. They want me to hate them their way. No, I don't believe in hate. What I believe in, okay, is justice. Legal justice. Okay? So don't let them suck you into what they want from you. Hate and provocation. Just have a good day and take a deep breath. I love you, and thank you for listening.